Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is a headlight I bought off of, I believe, either Amazon or eBay. They both have them. If you type in DRZ 400 headlight, these pop up, which they're not a direct fit, and there's other videos out there, a few, on how to mount these. Now, the stock Z400 headlight looks like this, and it has the mount, which is actually made into the headlight. It has the adjusters on it here and here, but this is part of the headlight. It's actually welded or pressed or something here and here, which is not a big deal, but I thought if this headlight turns out to be junk, I didn't want to cut my bracket up. And I've seen other guys on how-tos how to cut those brackets up. But I priced them on eBay for used ones, and you can't really find just the bracket used. You have to buy the whole headlight, and it's anywhere from $40 to $80 are the prices I've seen. But rather than cut that up in case this doesn't work, I decided I would just make my own bracket, which I'm not a master fabricator by any means, but I did come up with this. These have M6 threads in these holes right here, and this doesn't come with a bracket or anything. So I made this, which I put, I think these are, maybe these are M5, and these were M6, I believe. Let me check. These are the screws that I bought. Yeah, these are M5s for the headlight. They're not real deep. I think you need the M5 6mm right here is the ones I was going to use from the back, and I believe they're the shortest ones. Maybe these will work. Yeah, these I think will work. And they are the 8mm, the M5 8mm. Those, and I believe I'll Loctite them in. But I made the bracket. The nut inserts in, so I can screw it in. You don't have to do any of that. But the cool thing, I decided, because every time I've tried to bend aluminum, it cracks, and I don't have any luck with it. So I cut the pieces, and I wanted to try my hand at, I've been wanting to try this stuff anyway, and these are Blue Demon, and it's the BD triple play 1/8" 3.2mm aluminum brazing rods. And apparently I think you can braze other metals with them too. This is one of the rods right here that I've been using. They're flat on one side, and then they're rounded, but they actually seem to work pretty well. And I did this piece as a test, and this was a flat piece, and I laid it against this piece, of course, and they say you have to clean it really good, so I wire wheeled it really well, and then I heated it up. They say not to heat exactly on it because it will oxidize and leave a film on top, and then your weld won't stick good. But this piece, I actually put it in the vise after I welded it and beat on it with a hammer. You know, not super hard, but hard enough, and it just bent. It didn't crack or anything. So I thought I'd give it a try at this. Now I don't know what the vibration's going to do, but these are sloppy. I had to do those a couple times because of my fault, and I cracked it right here. And then I wanted to do this other side. I wanted to do both sides, but I had it laying like this. And you can only do one side at a time unless you've got the piece laying a certain way to get to both sides at the same time, because if you can't, then when you're doing the other side, the other side melts and then it falls apart. So I just did this side, and now I'm going to do the other side. And I rigged this up so this won't fall when it melts. So, and this turned out pretty decent. I mean, I got a small hole here, but I think that'll be fine. They said to clean it up good, which I've already cleaned this, but I'm going to hit it again with just a wire brush. And then I'm going to attempt to show y'all how to do this. So I'm going to put it in here. Let me get that out of the way. I'm going to get these. I don't want that piece to fall down in there. I'm going to hold it with that. Get my rod here. I don't believe. I think that'll work. All I'm using is just propane and an old junky torch tip, and it seems to work pretty well. So let's see if I can get this to work. They nat gas faster, but I don't have any nat gas, so this one is. They also already said that. Okay. So I'm going to heat this up, and hopefully it doesn't fall apart on me. It's actually pretty easy to do. I've never done this before. I've never brazed before. I've welded, but this is nothing like welding. So, it's actually just heat it up and melt the water on it. It's more or less like soldering than anything that I've done. It's just when you start thinking it might be hot enough, it's almost there. It's starting to melt just a little. Kind of seeps in when it's hot enough. When it's not hot enough, it kind of seems to lay on top of the metal. I think that worked pretty well. And it's also, you can grind it or whatever you want. Let's see if I can get a close-up of that. Let's focus. And that's not too bad. I think that'll work. I just wanted to reinforce it anyway. So, I think that'll work. As long as the vibration, isn't too much. Also, another thing, this light came with this plug, which you can plug it in, and then you can either extend that, which you wouldn't need to on this bike, but apparently for other bikes or anything else that you might be looking at this type headlight for, you could extend that or cut those wires and still have a plug and wire it the way you need to. But for the DRZ, it's plug and play. I just plugged it in and tested it, and high beam works, low beam works. I believe on the high beam, you've got like, let's see, which way is the top? On the high beam, all of them light up, and on the low beam, I believe the top row and maybe 3 of the center ones here light up. So that, the only other problem is this headlight is square. It's more of a square headlight, and this one, as you can see, it tapers at the bottom, which I've already had it on the bike and on the front of the bike. I think it's going to fit okay. I may end up having to trim the corners in here on my number plate or guard. I may have to trim these lower corners. I really don't want to, so I'm going to try to not do that. But while I'm waiting on that to cool, I'll show you my bike. I've had it down. I just bought this summer. This is my very first dual sport. I'm not really a motorcycle guy. I've ridden 4-wheelers all my life. But this is a 19, had 1,000 miles on it when I bought it. Already had the seat on it, which that's a really nice seat. I believe those are about $380, $400. I forget the Sergeant, I think is what it is. And I bought the Jivvy or Givvy tank bag, which I really like this so far. I haven't ridden the bike with it on there, but I really do like it. I did buy some better magnets. The magnets that were on it they were pretty strong, but not real strong. These are a lot stronger, but it also loops. You loop it around your frame and tighten it. The only problem is going to be when you're trying to get fuel, but I think just loosen these and slide it over to the side, it'll be fine. And then I bought the new bars, new clamps. These are the Tusk Chub bars, and these are the Tusk fat bar clamps, risers. I think they rise at 20 millimeters, I believe, which I'm pretty tall. I'm 6 foot, and standing up on the bike was just awkward to me. I had to lean over too much. So the bars are the CR Woods bend, I believe, because they were higher than the high bend. And then I got the I believe these are Scott grips. I really like these grips, and they also came with the pads, which are nice and comfortable. I integrated my turn signals into my hand guards. I had these, and I just cut my hand guards. These are Cycler guards. I had to remount my switch, which I just mounted to the triple tree. I've also got the wipers, the seal savers for my forks, and these lights which came on it. They're bright, but they're not made real well. I'm not sure what they are, but I may leave them on for a while and see how that happens, see how that works. But I also bought some more cheap stuff from eBay and Amazon. I bought everybody says get the case savers. So I bought those and the cheap pegs off at eBay or Amazon, which are pretty nice. I like them. And I bought these pegs, or these for the shifter and the brake lever. But the pegs that were on this thing were way too small. So I do like these. Like I said, I haven't ridden the bike with any of this on there, so we'll see. And it came with the the guy bought the Yoshimura tail light, which is a really nice tail light. This isn't it, but it was a really nice tail light, real bright. It was red. Here it is. Yeah, it was a really nice light. I like it. But I wanted to integrate my tail lights, or my blinkers, into the tail light. So I bought this. And this was $13, I believe. $12 from Amazon or eBay. The reason that doesn't look right is because I got my fender loose right now. But it actually works pretty good. It's not as bright, but I'll turn it on and show you. Let me switch on. And it's smoked anyway, so I already got the signal on. There's the brakes. I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna try it out for a while. If that works, then I'm gonna cut these off, or take these off and put a steel plate. That's all that is. It's just they hook to your license plate. I'm going to take those off, and then that'll clean up the back of it pretty nice. Anyway, let's check this to see if it's cooled down. Still not real cool, but so that's going to mount to here. Like this. And then this, it'll all mount in here. I think what I'll do is cut the video, and I'll come back and show you when it's all completely finished. So this is what I'm going to try with the rest of this. Now this wire is coming out of here. I'm kind of worried about that rubbing. So what I'm going to do is, I found this O-ring, or this wire loom protector, that fits in here good. So what I'm going to do is cut that and glue it in here. And then to cut back on some of the vibration, to try to keep these welds from cracking, which I don't think they will, but I'm not too sure either. So I'm going to glue these on here too, and I think that'll help. So what I need to do first, I think, I'm going to cut this. See how that fits. I think I'll just cut it and glue it in. That'll work. I'm going to use super glue. So I'm just going to put some of this glue around here. Spray this with activator. Make sure I get that centered. Hold that in there for a second. That'll work good. Cut this off. Glue my fingers together here in a second. I did clean this up a little bit more with my grinder. Well, I use a 3M pad on a disc. Alright. See if I can get this one without gluing myself together. I wouldn't have to glue these on, but it'd make it a lot easier trying to line the bolts up if they're held on there better. I'm just spraying the activator onto the O-ring. It's working pretty well. You don't have very much time to work with that activator on there. But it works really good. I don't think those are going anywhere now. It's already set up. Cool. Alright. I'm going to get this on the light. I've got the screws here, and I am going to use the M5 8mm. I think it'll be just fine for this. And I need to put a little bit of, I don't want these backing out, so I'm not going to use red, but I'll use some blue Loctite on it. It doesn't take very much. That's too much. This one started. So yeah, I think I'm a fan of Blue Demon aluminum rods. I think they might come in handy for a lot of things. I may be using those in the future on other projects that I avoid doing because I don't have any other way to fasten aluminum. And this is my first YouTube video, and my channel is going to be about things like this. I'm into riding anything with a motor and wheels. I tend to gravitate toward. So I'm always working on motorcycles. Every once in a while I flip one, four-wheeler or a motorcycle, and I'll flip it. And I'm into doing modifications. I'm into saving money and trying to do things myself and fabricate things. I have a side-by-side that I've been fabricating stuff on. The Stool Sport. The next thing I'm going to make for it is, I'll show that in the end of this video of my plan for what I'm going to do with making a cheap, affordable luggage bag for the rear, because luggage bags are super expensive for no more than they are, and I believe that I can get away with doing one cheaper that'll look pretty decent. So there's the mount, and I believe that won't be an issue rubbing anything. So this will probably get balled up in here. I've still got the protective film on here, but I think I'll plug it in here and show you all how this works, what it looks like. Okay, so I plugged it in. I'll turn it on. That's the, you can see that. That's the low beam. And it's actually, the whole top row burns, and then this center one burns for the low beam. And that's pretty bright, if you can see it. And then when you kick it on high beam, the whole thing lights up. And I believe that is a lot brighter than the stock one. I don't know how many lumens this is, but I will have to check. Alright, I'm going to cut again and I'll be back here. Okay, so I got it all mounted on, and this is a tight fit, but it managed to squeeze in there. I didn't really figure it was going to, but I thought maybe I would have to trim out a little bit of this, but it actually fits pretty good. So the square light will fit in there, and I think it looks good. So that's pretty cool. In here. That's the high beam. Which looks pretty good. I'll have to get some video of it at night. And I'd like to plug the old one back in and compare them at night sometime. So I may have to do that. Alright, that'll end this video. If you guys want to see anything else, I plan on maybe doing some product reviews and other things. Maybe some rides around here, and I'll do some more projects on the bike. If you guys want to see anything more on the products that I've reviewed or that I haven't reviewed, but if you want to see some reviews on them, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.